Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Faye. I'm a Nigerian studying and living here in Germany. If this is your first time tuning into my channel or coming across my channel, please do subscribe, please do like, and you're absolutely welcome to join the family. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So guys, today I'll be talking about questions asked at the German Consulate for student visa. So if you're applying for student visa, if you're like me, they are so lazy to read, I prefer to listen to audio of things. Like if I want to even read anything at all, I prefer like go to YouTube, check for the audio and listen to what the person has to say rather than reading it. So if you're like me, that are very lazy with reading, then I think this is going to be a very helpful topic. I'll be looking at my jotter and my phone from time to time because I jotted down a few things that I might not remember offered, and most of the questions, I can't remember them offered anymore, so I have to look at my book. So guys, let's start. I think the first when you first get there, actually, now I'm speaking on about the Lagos Consulate. I don't know about your country like Ghana or Kenya or any other country, or India or whatever country you're from. I don't know how it works there, but I'm speaking about Lagos. Like, I'm not talking about the question, I'm talking about this particular thing I want to talk about now. If your appointment is for 7 a.m, this is just an additional tip. Please make sure, even if you are late, as in when I say you are late, you're extremely late, your lateness should not be more than 6:45 a.m, okay? Because once it's 7 a.m, I think the man at the gate, I think they call him Pastor or Jonathan, or I can't really remember his name, but once it is 7 a.m, I promise you, once it's 7 a.m, you're not going to be allowed in anymore at all. Like, when I say in, it's not like you're going in, you're going to be outside. And if it's for sale, please have breakfast before leaving. Try to have, because I said 7 a.m doesn't mean it's actually 7 a.m. You can be done by 2 p.m. Now, if you're going for a student visa, just know that the last people they're going to attend to, even if your appointment right 7 a.m, the last person they're going to attend to, they're going to attend to people that are doing short stay, that's less than 3 months, people that are going for business trip, people that are going for like family reunion visa. Everybody is going to be attended before you, apart from people that are doing, I think it's a test, something. It's not really about visa, but therefore I think interview or test or job or something. That's the people that they're going to attend to last, but you are second to last as far as they're going for a student visa. So just get ready, please have breakfast. So the first thing they will ask, after all of the random questions that we should all know the answers, the first thing they will ask is, why do you want to study in Germany? Now, if you are picking to study in Germany, you should already have a reason why you're choosing to study in Germany, okay? So I think the first thing you should say, like when they ask why you want to study in Germany, you should tell them the reason why you want to study in Germany. But please don't say things like, oh, my daddy is in Germany, so I'm going to Germany. Oh, my sister. No, please don't. You have to say things like, oh, it's one of the world's top 3 most attractive countries to study for international students. You can say like it has high quality and best academic and practice oriented programs, you know, things that make them feel enlightened. I'm like, oh wow, yeah. And then you could also say it has no tuition fee, but please don't say this if you're not going to a public school. If you're going to go to like a business school, a private school or whatever, please don't come and say it has no tuition fee, because by the time you look at your school fees and like you're saying it has no tuition fee, but you're going to be paying about 12,000 euros or 15,000 euros per year, and saying that's low tuition fee. Hello, that's not low, okay? So please, you can only say that low tuition fee if you're going to a public school. If not, please omit saying low tuition fee. You could just say other things. You could read online. If you don't really have a reason, you could pick the ones I said. Like I already said, it's one of the world's top 3 attractive countries for international students. The fact that it has a high quality and best academic and practice oriented programs. You could also say the level of freedom is very safe, the security is very high, it has a very rich culture. Like, just say things that will make them so like, oh yes, this girl has really read about Germany. Just go there and say, oh, my daddy is in Germany, oh, my daddy should go and just study abroad. No, that's where we fail. That's a no. So they're going to ask you, why this city? Okay, why this city? For instance, if you're going to like University of Berlin or something, the city is Berlin, so they'll ask you why Berlin. Could I say that, oh, because my university is in Berlin, because I actually chose to go to University of Berlin because of my course, and my university is in Berlin. and I'm ready to actually explore what Berlin has to offer. I really don't have a particular reason in mind why the city, but it was because of the school I chose that. But you could also you have to also read more about the city. Yeah, even if you don't have an idea about the city, even though it's a small city, you have to read about the city before going for this interview. Please, I beg you, you have to read. And then you could say, let me say for example, I just said Berlin. They could ask you why the city. If you're going to University of Berlin, you could say, oh, it is diverse in nature and also has a lot of international students and young people there studying there. Please don't mention that, oh, Berlin because they speak more of English than German. No, don't. You're trying to pass a message across that you're not interested in learning their language, and that is a no. You shouldn't do that. Just say like, oh, they're diverse in nature, there's so many international and young students there, and it's the capital of Germany. Like, just say something like, don't ever give them an idea that you don't want to learn their language, because it's the same thing like somebody, I don't know how to put it, but just have to make it feel like you're ready to mingle, but just make them feel like you're ready to speak German, you're ready to be part of them, to learn about their culture and all of that. So they'll also ask you, why did you choose this course? Is it relevant to your previous study? For instance, mine was relevant to my previous study, so, and I actually had the reason why I picked the course, so I told them the reason why I picked the course. So you should also have, obviously, if you're coming for your master's or your bachelor, in this generation now, everybody has a reason why they're picking their course. So tell them the reason why you are picking your course, like, oh, I picked this course because this, oh, I picked this course because, don't just go and be telling them rubbish. So there must be a reason, and please let it be a very tangible reason, okay? Like, just say something that is really relevant about why you're studying the course. Don't just say something that is not relevant, okay? Please, because they could ask you also, is it this course offered by any university or college in your country? Now, don't lie, okay? If it is offered, yes, it is offered in my country, yes. Then they will ask you, like, so you have to give them a reason why. Like, yes, it's offered in my country, but for instance, let's say you want to study engineering, because Germany is very good for engineering students. Let's say you want to study engineering, you could be like, oh yes, it's offered in my country, but they're not really practical. Like, they don't really do the practical aspects in my country. It's more of the theoretical aspects. But I want to really get to know about the engineering field more in a practical way, so that when I get into the market, I could be able to mix properly and work properly. So just say something. Don't just go there and be saying rubbish. Please, you have to put your words together properly, okay? Now, they could ask you, what are the other universities you've applied for? This doesn't apply to you if you've not applied to any German university before that university. But if you actually applied to any German university, please tell them what German university you applied to. If you, that is apart from your school that you already have the admission. If there's any other one, please just tell them, okay? And then they could also ask you, why do you want to study in Germany and not in Canada, UK, and USA? I think this is a very important question. I think they ask this question from everybody that goes to the embassy, to the consulate. I think they particularly ask this question because it's like Germany is one of the top countries for international students. So it's like a competition, okay? So you have to tell them the reason why you are picking their country and not their competitors. So you could say things like, it's low tuition. If your school is expensive, don't say it's low tuition. You can say, oh, it's more affordable than low tuition. But if you're going to like a federal school where they're paying like 200 euros per semester or 400 or whatever, you could say it's low tuition because of the low tuition. But if you're going to a private uni, you could just say, oh, it's more affordable compared to the US and Canada or UK. Yeah, don't just go and just talk off points, please. So you have to give them a particular reason why you're choosing Germany. Another question they could ask you is, can you tell me some facts about your university? This one you have to read on your university site. They could ask, you have to know the date it was founded, the president. You have to know like everything about the university. You have to go on your site, like read. If a school is one of the top rated schools in Germany, you have to read about it. Like, okay, it's one of the people like, oh, it's one of the, maybe like it's the number 4th in Germany, or my school is number 4 in Germany, or maybe like 4th in Germany and maybe 10th worldwide, blah, blah, blah. You have to give them facts. You have to make them know that you've actually researched about your school and not just. Now they will also ask you, Name any tourist place in Germany. This is very easy. I mean, if you just type it in Google to give you, we have the Cologne Cathedral, you have the Berlin Wall, you have the Rhine, the bridge crossing the Rhine River. I've forgotten the name. Oh my god, I keep forgetting on that bridge. There's a bridge crossing the Rhine River. We have so many. We have the Rhine River itself. We have so many attractions here in Germany. So just Google that and put that in Google. I don't make this video be so long, so just put that in Google and check it. It's going to definitely bring out options, different places that tourists actually visit when they come here in Germany. So please check that out. Now they will ask you, and they can ask you why they are famous. So you have to know, you have to just know a reason why they are famous. Just read on them, and all of that is on Google. Okay, I'm not coming to talk about this one by one. And they'll ask you, do you know German? Please don't lie, because if you say yes, the interviewer could switch to German instantly and start speaking to you German. So don't lie. Just be honest, don't lie. It's not going to bite you, okay? But if your course needs, if it's written in your course that you need a little bit of German in class, you must have at least a B1 before you leave, okay? Before you leave your home country. So you must have at least a B1. So at that point, there's no need for lying. You must know German. There's no need for lying. You must know German. There's no how you can do it. You cannot have one like, don't even give it the visa if it's written that in German. But if it's written that I don't in German, it's just English, then sure, you can pass, okay? Now they'll ask you, how many borders does Germany have? This is another question I was asked. You have to say, oh, Germany has 9 borders, and they'll ask you what countries are they in, what are the neighboring countries. You could just mention the neighboring countries like Austria, Belgium, Netherlands, Czech Republic, Denmark, France, Luxembourg, Poland, Switzerland. You have to mention those 9. If they ask you this question, you must mention the 9. Okay, they're going to ask you how many states are here in Germany. There are actually 16 states here in Germany. So you have to, they could ask you mention all, or they could ask you mention a few. So you have to know them by heart, okay? Yes, you could just tell her like the ones you know, and if you don't remember all, it's fine, as long as you could mention at least 10 out of 16. I mean, it will pass. Yes, they will also ask you about your duration of your course, your scope of course. This is at the beginning itself. The scope of course. What is your course structure? What do you think the university is awarding? Why do you think the university is awarding you a scholarship? That is if you're on scholarship. If you're not on scholarship, just forget that. What benefits can this course bring around you? Like, yeah, so they'll also ask you what is the course start date. You have to know all of this offered, okay? There's no looking at your documents. There's no documents to look at that point. You are the woman facing yourself. You are the woman. You are the man. I'll be woman. If you are doing yourself, I bought to I bought. Oju koroju. So they'll also ask you what will be the total cost of your studies per year. These are questions they will ask you at the beginning, even before going really into the interview. What's the name of your course? This is something you should know, obviously. Okay. Now, can you name some of the modules you'll be studying? This was a question I heard they ask very well, but I was so lucky I wasn't asked, because I was like, how? Do you know how many courses I'm going to offer? I'm going to take. So how do you expect me to know everything? Or someone told me they'll ask you everything. You have to know everything. The person that told me this knew everything, like all his own courses offered. I'm like, what? Please, me, I'm not built like that though. I don't know all these things offered, because me, come on, I don't just know it. So you have to know them offered. And also another thing they will ask you is your bachelor's thesis. If you're going for your master's, your bachelor's thesis topic, you have to know what topic it is, and you have to talk about it a little bit. I actually did. Yeah, I remembered mine because I heard you have to know. So I actually read and remembered, and I did my thesis myself. So yes, this is actually something else. This is another reason why you need to do it by yourself. So if you do it by yourself, that would be very easy. There's no big deal. They could ask you what your IELTS score is if you wrote IELTS, if your school requires IELTS. Not all German schools actually requires IELTS here, if they know you're from an English speaking country. How much money is available for your stay in Germany? You have to let them know that. But for this, we have about how much money is available for your stay in Germany. You already have a document. You have to open it now. If you're coming to Germany and at this point I'm about to go for an interview and you don't know about blocked accounts, I don't know what you know. But I want to ask you about that, and like, I just tell them, oh yeah, I already blocked some money in my blocked account, in my Fintiba account, and you just show them basically about your Fintiba account. none of that. So they will ask, I've already asked you, they could ask who is your sponsor for education, like for instance, say your daddy, okay, how much is daddy earning a year? You have to have an idea of that, okay? Okay, they could ask you, name some of the famous researchers in your field of study. You have to know this too, please, you have to read. For instance, they will ask you about where you're going to stay. Please don't tell them your uncle is staying in Berlin, your school's in Hamburg. It's not going to work, okay? I think the person must stay at least 30 minutes away from your school or so. But if not, you could ask your school for an accommodation letter. Like, then they'll also ask you, do you plan to work there? Don't now go and say, oh yes, I'm definitely going to stay back. I'm not going back to my country. I'm not done. No. Just tell them like, oh, if an opportunity arises, why not? But if not, I would like to go back to my country and impact what I've learned in the society or something. Just don't when they'll be talking and blabbering rubbish. That is it, basically. I think that's all. Don't be nervous, just be calm, and yeah, I trust it's going to go well. Have all of your documents. I mean, if one of your documents is missing, forget it. And please choose the right category, because I remember the day of the sense interview, I was the second, but the girl that went before me chose the wrong category and the woman sent her out. Imagine, we've been waiting since 6 something. Now it was around 12. The girl has been waiting. She entered. The woman asked her for a category and told her to please use the door. That is the wrong category. But also, please choose the right category, because I mean, from the consulate, if you don't have patience, you already know that I cannot live in Germany. I said that. I think I said that in my 8 things to know before moving to Germany. If you've not watched that video, I'll leave a card right here. Please do watch. And please, if this is your first time here and you found this video really informative and really interesting, please like, please comment, and please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Every time you guys actually click the subscribe button, I used to dance makosa. I used to dance makosa because I'm just so happy I gained a new subscriber. Please subscribe to my channel. I don't know if it's relevant now. Hey, you're a bad gay. I say relevant. It also asks, I say ask. And I used to mingle and I don't know the word I'm even looking for.